And this is, to give some numbers to this, the Native American Church of North America has, some estimate, around 250,000 members. It could be higher, but it's no less than that. The Bwiti religion has some millions of members, and it has achieved the character of state religion in Gabon. It became, the French colonial authorities adopted their own pharmacratic inquisition against it and tried to suppress it, and it became identified with the nationalistic anti-colonial movement, and so much so that the first president of Gabon, after the French were driven out, was a Bwitist, and now it's probably the most important religion in Gabon, and it's spread to several neighboring countries. In Gabon alone, there are 2,000 Bwiti temples, and they take this sacrament on a weekly basis. To give a third and final example of the entheogenic reformation of Christianity, there is the example of the ayahuasca churches in South America, which started approximately in the 1930s in Brazilian Amazonia in the state of Acre. There are two main ones and several minor ones. The major ones are, the largest is called the UDV, or the União do Vegetal, and also the Santo Daime. They're both fairly big. Daime is older, UDV is larger. And the Daime religion was started by a man named Mestre Raimundo Irineo Serra in the 1930s in Brazilian Amazonia. And this is also a type of a Christian religion in which, in this case, ayahuasca serves as the Eucharist or the sacrament. They call it Daime, and the religion is called Santo Daime. And this has also slowly spread and all over Brazil into urban areas as well. The UDV, or União do Vegetal, was started in 1961 by a man named Mestre Gabriel da Costa, and he started this rival faith to the Santo Daime. And in the case of the União do Vegetal, the potion is called shahuasca or vegetal. Shahuasca means vine tea, roughly. And like Bwiti and the Native American Church, this is a growing phenomenon, and it's spreading. It's legal in Brazil. There have been attempts to illegalize these religions in Brazil, 2 of them by the federal government under pressure from the United States and other agents to illegalize it, and they have successfully resisted this, and it's specifically legalized, and they're exempted from the drug laws because the potions do contain DMT, which is a controlled substance in Brazil. And they are also spreading to other countries, including the United States.
So that is partially the subject matter of Jonathan Ott's latest book, The Age...
25 words or less.
25 words. The Age of Entheogens, and for no extra charge in the same book, The Angel's Dictionary. All of the Jonathan Ott's books are published by Natural Products Company, and are available from Jonathan Ott, OTT, Jonathan Ott Books, P.O. Box 1251 in Occidental, California, 95465. And you can get a flyer from them on all of Jonathan's books. Jonathan Ott Books, P.O. Box 1251. Occidental, California, 95465, and that includes not only the latest, The Age of Entheogens and the Angel's Dictionary, almost said the Devil's Dictionary.
Well, that was my inspiration for the title.
And there's Ayahuasca Analogs, his previous book on analogs to ayahuasca, valuable little book, and then Pharmacotheon, everything you could possibly want to know about entheogens. Drugs, their plant sources in history, and then a little wonderful little book called The Cacahuatl Eater, The Ruminations of an Unabashed Chocolate Addict, because Jonathan Ott is addicted to chocolate.
And definitely unabashed.
And you're listening to KPFK Los Angeles, and why don't we throw open the phones and for a while, if you want to talk to Jonathan Ott. He is here at KPFK. If it is the 21st of November, 1995, where you are, then you can get through and talk to Jonathan live on the air. Hello?
Oh, hi. It's really a great program. Oh, I'm getting tired. I remember once before Jonathon spoke about the use of, the practical way of using the ayahuasca through making it through a Mr. Coffee Maker with some lemon, something of that sort. You were supposed to have it, Roy, you were supposed to have it in the folio or something.
No, I wasn't going to put anything in
You were
the
going to put
folio.
some kind of, yeah, it's a recipe in the folio. Can you speak about that particular...
About the ayahuasca analog?
Well, that's the ayahuasca analogs.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Oh, it's in the book, you mean?
yes. But I can say a few words about it anyway. Basically what we call the ayahuasca effect, or the ayahuasca phenomenon, which was apparently discovered only once in history in Amazonia, and in my opinion is the most sophisticated pharmacognostic discovery ever made in the ancient world anywhere. It wasn't hit upon by the Chinese or the Hindus or the Europeans. Involves the fact that by combining two different plant extracts, and they're aqueous extracts of plants, you can make DMT active orally. DMT is a very potent entheogen, but it's by itself it's not active orally. It's effective when smoked. It's effective when injected. That people have ingested up to 1 gram of it orally with no effect. And the Amazonian Indians somehow discovered that by combining leaves that contain relatively low amounts of DMT with bark or pounded stems of the ayahuasca plant, which is scientifically Banisteriopsis ka'api, you could render DMT active orally. And what we now know is happening here, and we've elucidated this by human self-experiments or psychoactive bioassays, bioassays, is that the alkaloids that are found in the stem of Banisteriopsis ka'api, they're known to chemists as beta-carbolines, and the most important one is harmine, are inhibitors of an enzyme called monoamine oxidase, specifically MAOA. And once this is the enzyme that decomposes DMT in your stomach so that it doesn't exert an effect orally. And so if you combine these two substances or these two plants containing them, you get a potion in which DMT is active orally. Now, the significance of this as far as ayahuasca analogs are concerned is this: neither the beta-carbolines from ayahuasca stem nor the DMT from the leaves that are traditionally added to this in Amazonia that are called chacruna, or it's chacrona in Brazil. These are not rare substances in the botanical world. There are at least 60 or 70 plants in each category that contain these substances. And what we mean by ayahuasca analogs are combinations of non-traditional sources of these alkaloids. For example, Paganum harmala seed is used as a substitute for Banisteriopsis ka'api stem, and it in fact contains about 10 times more beta-carboline alkaloids than does ayahuasca, and from a chemist's perspective is a better source of these alkaloids. There are also better sources of DMT than the leaves that are used in Amazonia, some of which are North American or European or Australian or Asiatic plants. And so simply an ayahuasca analog is made by combining appropriate amounts of a beta-carboline source with a DMT or tryptamine source and making aqueous extract. And the lemon comes in because I recommend using lemon juice in the water to enhance the solubility of alkaloids in water and minimize the amount of water. So and this of course is explained in much greater detail in the book.
It was a little complicated.
Okay, well, it's in the book, the ayahuasca analogs. Thanks for your call,
Thanks a lot.
I forgot to mention Jonathan Ott is speaking tonight, November 21st, Tuesday night, at the LA County Museum of Natural History, which is in Exposition Park, as I recall.